Miss Albert. All right, let's welcome our first act, Kimber, Olivia, and Ellie. Give them a round of applause. Welcome the Bright Twins.
Okay, Alyssa, are you ready? Guys, wait. What? I don't have to. Come on.
You can sing by yourself.
Elijah, you're not that good at singing.
Come on. I can sing good.
No,
sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is listening. A beautiful sight, happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is a bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. Meadow, we can build a snowman and pretend that he's around. You say, are you married? We'll say no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we gaze by the fire. The dice we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Da 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 circus clown. We'll have lots of fun and we'll say no man. You when it snows. Walking in a winter wonderland. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. We're walking in a winter wonderland.
We're supposed to be dizzy?
All right, thank you. I think all right, up next is our very own Brian.
So this spring, I got to go to London. It was the greatest time of my life. We spent 16 hours, 14 hours in an airport, and I slept on a chair. But anyway, this song, I learned a song on the keyboard this week. I don't really play the keyboard, but well, it's loud. I learned this song, and I'm going to play along with the London Symphony Orchestra. So it's a very professional piece, played by the London Symphony Orchestra. This is how they opened the 2012 Olympics. So yeah, I hope you really enjoy this as much as I'm going to enjoy this. All right. I don't know if it's a little loud or if we're good. Here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sir Simon Rattle. Tonight, as a tribute to the British film industry, he is conducting the London Symphony Orchestra in a performance of Chariots of Fire.
There's like 7 blue knobs.
Above the keys, I think here.
I'm not in the picture. Hey Ryan, how long did it take you to learn this song? Probably like 2 seconds.
I thought I should learn a piano song, but I didn't end up working on it soon enough, so that could have been kind of a disaster.
It takes a long time to learn.
It would have taken a long time. So I decided it's kind of cheating, but I'm just going to show pictures of things that I've made welding. Either things I've fixed or things I've made. So, the first thing, oh, it's on on the side is a thumb for our backhoe. You can see it makes it so you can pick things up.
It's like your head.
It's the white part there that I welded to the beam. This here was, well, actually before I painted it, I welded it all up. That's one thing I made. This here is a trailer. Oh, I should start. It's at the wrong end. It's a. Oh, it just left it. Brian, it went to the.
How do you tap back?
How do I tap back? It went to a slide of a whole bunch of different slides.
Do you have control of that?
Blank
with everything?
navigation? Oh, I think I might.
What do you want next, the vise or the?
No, he wants to go back to the trailer.
Hmm.
He went too fast past the trailer.
It's weird. It's showing stuff. Is it blank presentation?
Yeah. Hit control.
If I click on it, it has all the different names. Well, I can see it showing stuff. So this is a trailer that I bought. It's a different, showing something different on the phone, but so yeah. Okay, so that's what it's like when I bought it. It was all dilapidated and in bad shape, but I went and I tore a bunch of stuff out from the middle. Oh, it's not changing. I welded on new pieces all across the middle to make it stronger, and I painted it and put new wood on it. That's probably the biggest welding project I worked on. And then, let's see. I have to look at the screen. Okay, so this is the vise I got that was broken. I wanted a big vise for my welding table, and they're kind of expensive. Oh, it's moving on its own. So I got it, it was broken, and I, come on, move, welded it back together, and made it new. And then, okay, this is another vise that I made for my drill press. It makes it so you can hold little things, because if you're drilling and you come to the end of where you're drilling through, sometimes it'll catch and spin, and you can hurt yourself, and it can be hard to hold little things. So I've made a vise that I can bolt down and to hold things for me. I think that's about everything on here, but I brought something that I made, which it's in my bag. Just a sec. So for my desk, I made a little phone holder that is magnet. So I welded a chain to a little piece of metal and made it so that if I'm working on stuff and I need my laptop and my phone, I can just stick my phone on and it holds it all nice for me. So that is my talent, I guess.
All right, thank you, Wiley. Up next is. All right, give her a hand.
Brian, I don't think she's on. It's not that loud. Let me make it louder. I don't think it was ever in the system at all. There you go.
think she's reading a book.
Yeah. His was the video.
Give a hand for Jessica.
This is The Crippled Lamb by Max Lucado. I gotta situate myself, sorry. Once upon a time in a sunny valley, there lived a little lamb named Joshua. He was white with black spots, black feet, and sad eyes. Josh felt sad when he saw the other lambs with snow white wool and no spots. He felt sad when he saw other sheep with their moms and dads because he didn't have a mom or dad. I'm gonna cry already. But he felt saddest when he saw the other lambs running and jumping because he couldn't. Josh had been born with one leg, I'm not crying, that didn't work right. He was crippled. He always limped when he walked. So he's right there. That's why he always watched while the other lambs ran and played. Josh felt sad and alone, except when Abigail was around. Abigail was Josh's best friend. She didn't look like a friend for a lamb. She was an old cow. She was brown with white blotches that looked like rain puddles on a path. Her belly was round as a barrel, and her voice was always kind and friendly. Some of Josh's favorite hours were spent with Abigail. I know there's some people who love cows too. They loved to pretend they were on adventures in distant lands. Josh liked to listen to Abigail tell stories about the stars. They would spend hours on the hill looking into the valley. They were good friends. But even with a friend like Abigail, Josh still got sad. It made him sad to be the only lamb who could not run and jump and play in the grass. That's when Abigail would turn to him and say, "Don't be sad, little Joshua. God has a special place for those who feel left out." I wish I was a really good librarian and could read and maybe hold the thing up. Maybe I can do that. Josh wanted to believe her, but it was hard. Some days he just felt alone. He really felt alone the day the shepherds decided to take the lambs to the next valley where there was more grass. The sheep had been in this valley so long, the ground was nearly bare. All the sheep were excited when the shepherd told them they were going to a new meadow. As they prepared to leave, Josh hobbled over and took his place on the edge of the group. But the others started laughing at him. "You're too slow to go all the way to the next valley. Go back, slowpoke. We'll never get there if we have to wait on you. Go back, Joshua." That's when Josh looked up and saw the shepherd standing in front of him. "They are right, my little Joshua. You better go back. This trip is too long for you. Go and spend the night in the stable." Josh looked at the man for a long time. Then he turned slowly and began limping away. Anyone crying yet? Thank you.
I'm sad.
I'm so sad. I forget how sad this is. When Josh got to the top of the hill, he looked down and saw all the other sheep headed toward the green grass. Never before had he felt so left out. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna cry.
There's a box of Kleenex behind you. I've already
I gotta get myself together. And a big tear slipped out of his eye, rolled down his nose, and fell on a rock. I'm crying too, poor little sheep. My goal is to make you cry. I'm just gonna cry instead. Just then he heard Abigail behind him, and Abigail said what she always said when Josh felt sad. "Don't be sad, little Joshua. God has a special place for those who feel left out." Slowly the two friends turned and walked to the stable together. Oh, hot mess. I know how it ends too. By the time they got to the little barn, the sun was setting like a big orange ball. Josh and Abigail went inside and began to eat some hay out of the feed box. They were very hungry, and hay tasted good. For a little while, Joshua forgot that he had been left behind. "Go to sleep, little friend," Abigail said after they finished eating. "You've had a hard day." Josh was tired, so he lay down in the corner on some straw and closed his eyes. He felt Abigail lie down beside him, and he was glad to have Abigail as a friend. Soon Josh was asleep. At first, he slept soundly, curled up against Abigail's back. In his sleep, he dreamed. He dreamed of running and jumping just like the other sheep. He dreamed of long walks with Abigail through the valley. He dreamed of being in a place where he never felt left out. Suddenly, strange noises woke him up. "Abigail," he whispered, "wake up, I'm scared." Abigail lifted her big head and looked around. The stable was dark, except for a small hanging on the wall. A small lamp hanging on the wall. "Somebody is here," Josh whispered. They looked across the dimly lighted stable. There, lying on some fresh hay in the feed box, was a baby. A young woman was resting on a big pile of hay beside the feed box. Joshua looked at Abigail, thinking his friend could tell him what was going on, but Abigail was just as surprised as Josh. Josh looked again at the woman and the child, then limped across the stable. She stopped next to the mother and looked into the baby's face. The baby was crying. He was cold. The woman picked up the baby and put him on the hay next to her. Josh looked around the stable for something to keep the baby warm. Usually there were blankets, but not tonight. The shepherds had taken them on their trip across the valley. Then Josh remembered his own soft, warm wool. Timidly, he walked over and curled up close to the baby. "Thank you, little lamb," the baby's mother said softly. Soon the little child stopped crying and went back to sleep. About that time, a man entered the stable carrying some rags. "I'm sorry, Mary," he explained. "This is all the cover I could find." "It's okay," she answered. "This little lamb has kept the new king warm." "A king?" Joshua looked at the baby and wondered who he might be. "His name is Jesus," Mary spoke as if she knew Josh's question. "God's son. He came from heaven to teach us about God." Just then there was another noise at the door. It was the shepherds, the one who had left Joshua behind. Their eyes were big and they were excited. "We saw a bright light and heard the angels," they began. Then they saw Joshua next to the baby. "Joshua, do you know who this baby is?" He does now. It was the young mother who was speaking. She looked at Joshua and smiled. "God has heard your prayers, little lamb. This little baby is the answer." I can do this, guys. I can do this. Joshua looked down at the baby. Somehow he knew this was a special child, and this was a special moment. He also understood why he had been born with a crippled leg. Oh, I gotta get through this. Whew. Had he been like the other sheep, he would have never been in the valley. But since he was different, he was in the stable. He would have been in the valley. But since he was different, he was in the stable among the first to welcome Jesus into the world. He turned and walked back to Abigail and took his place beside his friend. "You were right," he told her. "God does have a special place for me." So the family that gave us this book loves this book because they had a son. Oh, why am I crying so much? 20 years ago on Saturday, he passed away, and he had a disability. What did he have?
Cerebral palsy.
No, muscular dystrophy. So he was a normal boy, and later, as he grew up, he lost the ability to walk. He had to use a cane, and then he used a wheelchair, and then he couldn't even move his body. He died from his disease. And this is very special to them because their son has dealt with a debilitating, crippled disease. I'm sorry, I'm such a mess. So this is a sweet, sweet story, and it means a lot to them. Is anyone else crying? No, okay, just me. The end.
Thank you, Jessica. next is Albert. Get him set up. Thank you, Albert. All right, up next is question time with Ellie. Taylor Wallace.
Okay, so I don't have a ton, so I thought, why don't you just guys, you can ask me questions and I'll answer them. They can be like random to like, what's my favorite color, or they can be deep, like, I don't know. What's the meaning of life? So raise your hand and I'll call on you and I'll answer your question. Jalen.
What's your deepest, darkest secret?
My deepest, darkest secret?
Answer the question.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of secrets.
What's the secret that you try to hide the most? From your parents. Yeah.
That I'm not always happy. My friends think I'm always happy, and sometimes I'm angry or sad. I have more emotion.
I feel that.
At least at school, people think I'm a really happy person. Sometimes I'm not. Olivia,
What's your favorite joke?
your mom. Albert,
What's the what did have you never told your parents that you've done? Well, that's like
I don't know if I've never told them anything. I don't know.
another question. Like if you have ever done anything wrong and you didn't tell your parents that you did it, and that was like something terrible.
No,
They've just never done anything terrible.
Ellie in trouble or something? Yeah.
I did not think of these questions. You already asked one.
Let her call another.
Luke,
What's the answer to life, the universe, and everything?
what's the answer to life and everything?
The universe and everything.
Dad says
Jesus.
42.
Yes.
Or you.
I think Jesus, but whatever. Okay, Jacob.
What's your favorite dog breed and why?
A Pomeranian, because they're fluffy and they look like a cat. Because I don't like dogs. I don't like dogs, okay? I can get hate for it, that's fine. Nathaniel.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
I don't know what's the worst thing I've ever. Oh, I'll tell you. When I was in 5th grade, I was trying to be funny. Well, this is me. I feel really, really bad about it still to this day. I was like trying to be funny. I was trying to be like nice, but then I realized that if I was being, I felt like if I was gonna be nice, I'd get made fun of it, and people were like, "Oh, you're so weird." So I ended up being really mean. I was offering to sharpen someone's pencil. I was like, "Oh, I'll sharpen a pencil for you because you're so dull." And I felt like if I asked, I felt my insecure little self thought that if I asked to sharpen their pencil for them, I'd get made fun of because I was being too nice. Oh, that they think I would like this guy because it was a boy. I was been like, "Oh, can you sharpen my pencil so I'll help you?" So I ended up like calling him like dull, and I felt like really mean. So the next day, I'm so sorry. I totally offended you. He's like, "Oh, I completely forgot." I felt that was really, really mean.
Did you tell your parents?
So I went and apologized, and I was like, "I'm really sorry that I probably offended you." And he's like, "Oh, I don't remember." That
Wait, did you tell your parents about that?
I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
first time hearing it. Sounds like that was the first
Then
time.
you answered my question.
Frankly, I'm shocked
Jana.
and disgusted.
Picked your nose and eaten it.
No, but Addie. Yeah, because Addie's always done it, and I thought it was really gross.
Me too.
You're not supposed to
I do like. Okay, on the subject of boogers. I don't like to throw them away. I just like put them between my fingers and play with them.
Gross! I just stick this right in your mouth.
And then my grandma yells at me. Okay, Bert, you raising your hand? No? Okay, back to Albert.
Why are Christmas colors green, red, and white?
Because our society has made them those colors. Johnny.
Why?
What would you rather do, homeschool or public school?
Public school. I
Busted.
have had a great experience with teachers and having an amazing relationship with teachers, and I would miss that.
Guess what? When you're homeschooled, your teacher's your mom.
I know.
You
I
said you're like your mom jokes.
Wait, it's a joke. Okay. Kimber.
What do you want to do
When I be older, I want to be a counselor. So, and go to also psychology in the brain. And like today in my class, we're learning about ACEs, which is like traumatic, like children and like traumatic experiences they go through and how it like affects their life. It's like the coolest thing ever, and how their brain responds to things. It's super interesting to me. Oh my word! I don't know. I'm looking at you, Jalen.
Who do you like to like?
Who do I like? This is like personal information that I don't want to give out. Right now I don't like anyone because I find
Boys are weird.
all boys are really stupid. Like okay, I said this voice in the room. A lot of high school boys,
Henry's kind.
they're so immature.
Henry's kind.
Oh, in middle school, 3rd grade, I was in love. Actually, all my friends were. We were all in love with this kid named Eli Mickelbrink. And he goes to my school, and he would come over every single day, and we'd hang out.
That's in your basketball shirt?
That was my how everyone goes they're like,
came over and hung out, and I missed this.
Mom, every single day at 7 a.m. he'd come over see if I could play, and be sleeping.
Sleeping.
3rd grade. And it was during my basketball shorts phase.
Yep, it was really fun.
Dad remembers.
Dad remembers, okay.
Yep.
Ride the bike over.
Yeah, I was in my, I went through my basketball shorts phase and like my neon color
I
phase.
never went through that phase.
At least
I just had his hand up for a long time.
Okay, Elijah.
What are your beliefs on predestination?
I don't know. I think we talked about that in Sunday school, and I always was kind of interested, but I don't know. I'm not off the top of my head. I'd have to do more studies. Jacob.
When is it appropriate to start playing Christmas music?
All the time.
Yes.
All the time. Oh, yeah. Raise your hand if you guys think Christmas music is for all the time. It is amazing.
Guys, we have a fair amount of supporters.
Okay, but I do have to say, I have been kind of sick of Christmas music. I was listening to it like all in like October and November, and then when it hit everyone, like everyone started playing Christmas music, and at work I listened to it all the time. I got sick of it.
They played the same song 3 times in a row.
Albert.
What is the worst thing society has created, in your opinion, that's not
The
nukes?
worst thing
That's
society.
not nukes. Of course.
What?
This is
Sin.
Yes.
We have Dad saying to wrap it up. I'll take 2 more questions.
What
Luke
was
is
your
also been
answer?
trying forever.
Luke and Nathaniel.
What was your answer?
Sin.
It was sin.
Oh.
What does your name mean?
Yeah.
What does it mean, Mom?
It basically roughly means God provides.
God provides.
But it's not quite.
Not
The
quite.
Lord has to forgive.
And Nathaniel.
I have 2 questions.
And no.
Okay, what are your driving records?
Clean. I don't know.
All right, thank you all. Learned some things